Okay, guys. Hi and happy Monday. So, Christy has asked me to hop on here and really to tell you guys a little bit about how I stay on task. Really, how do I work my business and work my life and work in a full time job, and how am I productive? So, I'm going to be really transparent with you guys and tell you for the first year of my life, I always felt like I was too busy. For of my life in Mary Kay, I always felt like I was just really too busy to try and work this business. Um, I think we've all heard it before from people when we ask sometimes, like, would you be interested in business? And people say we're too busy. I felt that way, but I still joined. And it wasn't until I actually worked out a plan, and that really helped me to learn how I could sprinkle this business into my life. And rather than like trying to make this business be my life, like, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. But anyways, so basically the idea is that we have a lot more time on our hands than we really give ourselves credit for. If the first thing that you should do if you feel like you are too busy to work your business is to actually sit down and figure out how many hours out of your day are taken up by certain tasks. There are so many hours in a week. There are so many hours that are allotted to like a full-time job. There are so many hours that are typically allotted to sleep, to family time, that kind of stuff. And I bet if you were to sit down and figure that all out, you would find that you probably are wasting a lot of time, maybe by, like, say, watching this on Facebook. But this isn't a waste. This is educational. So you could use this as a productivity moment, right? So you could really find that you have more capability of being productive in your business than you give yourself credit for. So, a huge way that I do this is by having two things almost always in front of me. First and foremost is my calendar, right? My calendar. This is my calendar. This is something that when I when I started to take my business seriously as a business, I really I sat down with it and I looked at my work schedule and my husband's work schedule, and I said, "Okay, this is how much time I need to spend in order to reach my goals." Because we all know, like, typically an average party gives an average amount in sales and an average number of people, and we can work all of those numbers out, and that would probably be a bigger and longer training. But I'm not going to take up that much of your time today. But so this is what my goals are. So this means this is how often I need to work. And I sat down and I said, "Hey, Randy, what days are you okay with me working on these? This is my idea. You cool with that?" And that's how we got on board with how often am I going to have parties? When is my training? Because that's non-negotiable. The Monday nights, that is non-negotiable. It is a freedom and a blessing that during this summer we are being able to maybe take a step back and put another hour towards our family. But other than that, training is non-negotiable because this is where we learn from each other. This is where we feed off of each other. This is where we give each other life. So what are those non-negotiables in your business? work them out with your family, with those people that are important to you, put them into your calendar. And then I go from there. And what did I just do with it? Oh no, there it is. Sorry. Then I go from there, and the dreaded weekly plan sheet. I know some of you are not the hugest fans of a weekly plan sheet, but this is my best friend in my business. And I'm actually going to sit down and show you guys a little bit more in depth by sharing my screen with you about what it looks like, the process of doing this. So, you know, I'm a little bougie, and I really like technology. So I'm going to show you guys how exactly I develop my weekly plan sheet. So I hope that you guys can see this. And you will see here that, you know, I opened up Adobe, the Acrobat Reader, and I come in and I do some fill and sign, and I type in all of my stuff. So, you know, from the time basically that I get up, I have scheduled out time for getting ready, having my prayer time, having some, listening to some affirmations. I have about a 45-minute drive to work. So I am listening to like the $1,000,000 Message, or Yes You Can is a weekday type of thing on Voxer that I listen to about different ideas for the business. Then I get into work, you know, and I have actual, you know, like a morning meeting that I have to attend Monday through Friday. And then, you know, Monday mornings, I'm assessing what I need to do for the week. I then have all of my, you know, my different things that I have to do here at work, whether it's therapy, client therapy, writing reports, treatment planning stuff, training people, etc. Sometimes I can sort of squeeze in right here, like, here's where I can message my team or do some booking for, you know, 30 minutes to an hour, that kind of stuff. Like right here, I'm sort of going a little over my lunch, but it's okay. But like, so this is sort of bleeding into this time where I have some freedom and flexibility to do this. And then I'm available for calls towards the end of my day. This is when my training is non-negotiable. And I even have, you'll see on here where I have some of my household chores, like Monday nights, since I'm in the office, I need to do the cat boxes since that's where they're at. On Sundays, you know, that's when I do some vacuuming, dusting, laundry, dishes, cat boxes, all that kind of stuff. I take this time while my husband is asleep on the weekends for me to work my business, for me to do some of these things, to make some packages up, to input information into my tracking and all of that. So that's how that comes to pass, right? This is how I sprinkle my business in. This is how I figure out how I can be productive. If I'm not working a virtual beauty experience at that time on a Saturday, I am following up with somebody from the past week, or I am booking a new experience, or I am doing something that is one of those income producing activities. So I am making that time worth it, right? So sometimes we just need to sit down and plan it all out. It's We've heard it a million times. You need to plan your work and work your plan. Does every week go like this? It doesn't. Every week does not go exactly like this, but this is a good launching point for me. This is really amazing and helpful for me to make sure that I am being productive in my business. And I'm going to show you like what the final product looks like for this. You know, because I like colors and color coding and all of that fun stuff. So, you know, like I've color coded it. I just recently updated this weekly plan sheet back in early April when I started getting a lot more responsibility at work that was reducing my ability to work in the comfort of my own quiet office in here to do more of my Mary Kay work. So I needed to figure out, how can I remain productive and do this? How can I make some of these things learning times or office times, as well as IPAs, income producing activities? How do I maintain my quiet time and family time? How do I do all of that and still achieve my goals? So that's what this all looks like. Um, that's this is how I remain productive. Right now, I don't have a busy life outside of Mary Kay and work, but it can still be quite busy. And honestly, I believe that if you just were to sit down and take the time to look at how you're spending your time, are you spending all of Saturday watching Netflix instead of doing some of your business? Are you just sitting on your butt when you don't have something scheduled during your normally scheduled beauty experience time? Or are you trying to fill up that next slot and still using it productively? Take a hard look. Be honest with yourself. Maybe you don't have 2 or 3 or 4 times a week. Maybe you just have 2. Maybe you just have 1. But you can work and look at that and develop it and be productive too. Ours are all going to look different, and they're all going to be a little messy and wild and crazy looking because we all have a lot of life. But I honestly believe if you just take the time to sit down and take a look at it, you can plan your work and you can work your plan. So I know that I haven't responded on Facebook to anybody's comments because I am doing this streaming from Zoom to Facebook. So I will go in and answer and address any questions that you guys might have afterwards. Or, of course, you can always reach out to Christy, reach out to your leaders, and ask them for questions or help on how to just sit down and be honest with yourself and be productive with your business by sprinkling it in. Okay. I hope you guys have a wonderful and blessed day. And I miss the fact that we're going to have Monday Night Live tonight, but I am also going to enjoy a Monday night with my husband. So have a great day, guys.